It was a rough path though before I even started in CrossFit, right? So, and I'm pretty much most of the members probably know because I always am being very open about it and why I do it. So, I'm coming from a house where women don't lift. Women don't work out. Like, it's not feminine at all. My mom didn't even let us swim.
Wow.
Like that straight up. Like, my mom was like, no, you're gonna get muscly. You can play basketball, volleyball, nothing like that.
Dang.
So I start, like, my first encounter with training was running and going to a Zumba class. It's true. And then that was out of this place. When I moved here, it hit deep in my roots. I was away from my family, from my friends, from everything that I know. I came to a town that it's like 10% of what I'm really used to, like a big city, a lot of noise. In here, the only thing you have is your thoughts when you're in a small town. So, too much snow, no vitamin D, not much sun, and I started to get very depressed, very bad. It was a roller coaster for me because I have my kids and I have my husband, and it was like up and down, up and down. And it was a point where I joined Anytime Fitness. I joined it. And you see this crazy, because I live like 2 blocks away from there. And you see this crazy Mexican running her heart out on a treadmill at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. in the morning because I couldn't get out of my head. Because I was...
You're the crazy Mexican you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That one. and I couldn't get out of my head. And having this feeling, it didn't take me anywhere. So I did a lot of stuff. I started doing Spartan races. And I still believe that was one of my best decisions ever, because that took me here, where I'm at right now.
Right on.
You know, I was looking more for the mental. It wasn't because I wanted to look better or have muscles, or I was going against even what my mother told me not to do.
So how did you come up with the idea to go to a gym at all?
The rope.
The rope?
Rope climbing.
Oh.
That was the only obstacle I couldn't cross on Spartan race. And I was like on depression. I was depressed. Like, I was like, and then I started look, who can have a rope? And then there was like, I didn't know much about CrossFit. Then it was like I Google it. I literally Google, how can I learn how to rope climb? And the first thing that appeared on my search on YouTube, like on my search YouTube, was CrossFit. All the CrossFits were doing rope climbs. And I was like, do we have CrossFit in this town? Do we have one? So anyways, a month passed, and I was driving back from the hospital, and I was like sad. I was about to drop the towel. And it was emotional because I really, really asked God. I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't my life is not going anywhere. I was in my thoughts all the time. I was not going where I wanted to be, or mentally, or how to explore that side of the strength, the mental, the like all the things that make us do what we do. Okay. So I saw a sign. We were driving and I saw the sign in the highway. And I turned to my husband. I was like, turn around. And then I saw there was a car there. And I was like, oh, there's someone there. And I think the front door was closed. And I went around. And there was 2 people. And I was like, is this a CrossFit? And they were like, yeah. Do you guys have ropes? That was my first question. Do you guys have ropes? And they told me, yeah, we do. Like, can you tell me the class? I want to learn how to climb the rope. And they're like, well, before you start to run, you need to crawl. So you're not going to learn just... And I said, sign me in. Sign me in. It took me another month because we went out of town that time. So it took me another month to come in. And I was like, okay, well, this is the price. But you know what? And even in that time, I wasn't working 100%. I wasn't having that much income. But for me, it was my mental health, because I was drinking. I couldn't sleep, and I was drinking a bottle of wine a day to go to bed. Like, to literally knock myself out, to not think and worn me out, because I was worn out mentally. I could just go and I don't know, and it wasn't helping me at all. That's how I got into CrossFit, and I've never looked back, ever. I started like everyone else with a PVC, looking at the form, and it killed me. It killed me the first month. I was like dying with just a PVC, and I knew my form wasn't as good. I was like blindfolded because I didn't know nothing about lifting weights, nothing about CrossFit, nothing. Besides, like Corey, most of the movements I know, Corey always was like on point. Like, I know how to clean, and I know how to overhead squat because of her.
Right on.
Because of her. I have videos where she's telling me, no, this, like, form, shoulders up, like parallel, below parallel. You're not doing it. I have all that, where she's been coaching me, and even, I mean, but I have nothing but love for it, because they take the time, to be on point and drive me where I need to be in that moment,
Nice.
And besides that, not just molding your body, is most of it molding your thoughts, your mind. Like, get up and have that mindset. Sometimes we're like, oh my, I'm so sore, I don't want to go. But sometimes
Like magic.
it's like magic. It's like the magic pill. At least for me, like my medicine, my daily, And that's why I like to advocate with everyone, how it goes, and what's the feeling, and just to show them also they're not the only people.
Yeah, it goes the way you're talking about mentally for me too, like to get out of depression and the feeling like I don't want to go. So I come in and I do that, and then there's also some on the other side for when you get to feeling like capable, and there's some for pride too,
Yeah.
to kind of keep you down.
Oh yeah.
From that level too, and that's what I found I needed on that side, because you're coming in, you can't do anything, then you've been in for a while, and you can do it all pretty much, and then you're like, yeah, I'm a bad mofo. But then there's a ceiling too that helps me, because I bounce off that ceiling, and maybe you hurt yourself to find out, which sucks, but I dig that part of this all too. It's like a complete mental spectrum for me.
Oh yeah. And also, for like, most for the mental, it takes the scope from things that I'm not saying not everyone, like, yeah, that problem matters, but to find the right balance to get the solution of it. Because when we put too much effort into the negative side, we're gonna stay there, and we need to clear our head. And how we clear our head, at least, like I said, for me, is like, come here, give my 110 on a workout, lifting, just focus in what am I doing, and then it takes all the power. The negative
100%.
goes like, whoop, we switch, we transform. that energy to a level where we're balanced and we have better answers for how to fix our daily or the problem that it goes through the week or through the month, or
Yeah, something that starts over every day for me.
and find that, like I said, that balance where we are not drilling the same problem over and over again.
Right on.
That's that's my main thing.